Alright, Tubi, let's watch some cartoons. I'm so excited for RoboForce. Okay, Nasal. Some cartoons I've never seen before. What? Who is that? What? I don't even know where to begin with this one. There's so much to get into and I'm really tired and I don't know where to start and I'm really confused and I'm just gonna read from my notes and then sort it out later, okay? RoboForce was a toy line released by the Ideal Toy Company in 1984. In 2013, it was revived by Toyfinity. In 2021, the rights to the RoboForce toy line sold to Brian Vogt Weiss's company, Nacelle. I'm gonna keep calling it Narcell because I'll never learn. Okay, why is this important? It's really important for me to talk about this, okay? This guy is a producer, Brian Vogt-Weiss, starting as a production assistant and in the wardrobe department for the 2000 film Castaway. He somehow went from that to managing comedians such as Whitney Cummings, Jeff Ross, and Dean Cook. He even produced all of Dean Cook's terrible movies. Employee of the Month, Good Luck Chuck, My Best Friend's Girl, Tourgasm. He has produced comedy specials for Aziz Ansari, D.L. Hewley, Jim Gaffigan, Tom Papa, Bill Burr, Kathleen Madigan, Mark Maron, Louis C.K., Tom Segura, Ali Wong, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. He produced their comedy specials. What does it mean to produce a comedy special? I don't know. Is he in charge? What's he in charge of? What's his responsibility in that, or is his name just on it? I'm confused really on what that even means to produce a comedy. Is he in charge of the video editing and distribution? Is he funding the special itself? I don't know. He was the CEO of Comedy Dynamics, and then he started his own company, the Nacelle Company, which he was also the CEO of course. In 2024, this guy, Brian Vogt-Weiss, was announced by Marvel to be writing for their What If series of comics, along with the guy who wrote the Goldbergs. I feel like the guy who wrote the Goldbergs, he's a writer.
Let's talk spring fling. What's with your hair? Don't look at it, Karen.
Brian Vogt-Weiss, comedy producer. How does a guy like that, how does a guy who's been the CEO of 2 different companies go from that to writing for Marvel Comics? The What If line. He has no writing credits. Not one writing credit. I checked. I just want to say that he does seem to be someone who is very toy orientated. I think Nacelle, they mostly produce toys. And he is someone, he's just a guy with a lot of money who made his own production company. Of course, he's going to be the CEO of it. He created it. And he had the idea of toy production of comedy stand-ups. Maybe he wasn't, into comedy and he was just doing that because that's where the money was and that's how you make money, and you have to make money to follow your dreams. And maybe his dream was these vintage toys. Maybe he's a collector. I'm sure he's a collector after seeing all of the shows he does and the specials he does and all of his interests. None of this seems relevant now, but it will be relevant whenever I get into the show and like why I even started researching this poor guy. There's nothing wrong with rebooting a show from the 80s. Nothing wrong with rebooting old cartoons. Look at She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Look at Voltron. They were both good. I mean, there was that He-Man thing on Cartoon Network. That was fine. No, it was Thundercats. There was that Thundercats thing on Cartoon Network, which was fine. A lot of people didn't like it. I couldn't give less of a shit. It looked okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, but something about RoboForce seems really soulless, and something about the fucking Nacelleverse seems really forced. And the only people who care about this, the only people who know what the Nacelle company is, are toy collectors, are people who are obsessed with toys. I saw this post that he made on Reddit, and it was like Ask Me Anything. All of the questions were just about toys, and very, very specific questions that only toy collectors have. So I'm someone from the outside, looking at all of this from a completely different point of view that literally no one else cares about. There's nothing wrong with rebooting an older show for nostalgia's sake, but it's all of these obscure properties, and maybe he's attempting to revive them because he's passionate about them. He doesn't want these things that he remembers fondly as a kid to... I don't think he's that old. He wasn't alive in the 60s. He wasn't alive in the 60s, but maybe he's still passionate about toys. And so he's trying to bring back these toys because he doesn't want the love for them to die. That's where all of this is coming from, and I'm just going in on this poor guy because there are ways of looking at it where this is all kind of shady. And why is his name on so many things? You can't just... Well, you can just put your name on things, but I just want you to be aware, whenever you see like producer and executive producer credits, not everyone listed there actually was ever even involved in the production. There are actual workers doing this stuff. He's just the money guy and the guy who says, I want this. And then a million people all like scramble around to try to get that one thing done. And it's all very complicated. And this is a cartoon review. This is a review of a cartoon that I found so confusing. I had to dig deep into it like Pepe Sylvia. I'm Pepe Sylviaing out. I'm Pepe Sylviaing out over this fucking RoboForce cartoon because it was so confusing and hard to follow. I had to work backwards my way up to even understand the logo at the beginning, the NASLverse logo. I'm getting angry all over again. From a just watching the cartoon. This is from someone who's just watching the cartoon. That's the review. I don't know any of this shit. I'm just watching the cartoon. You know that series, The Toys That Made Us?
We burned it into their little pea brains. The power. I have the power.
I see it sometimes, and it really feels desperate for any boomer to just notice the TV. Just to notice the TV and to see something they recognize and to just keep looking at it. Just keep looking at it. And they'll play like emotional music and like there'll be people crying like, I remember this toy robot I had when I was a kid. Make your grandparents and your old parents cry over capitalism.
Cross-promotional, deal mechanics, revenue streams, jargon, synergy.
That's the best presentation I've ever seen. Get started right away.
So they can resell them these toys. They can see what people respond to in these documentaries and bring it back. I mean, that's my theory. So after crapping out a few Netflix specials, or at least having his name on them, he sees the right for these older toy lines and comics up for grabs, because clearly this is something he's interested in, is these older toys, because he's produced some of these specials. I think he's written or directed these couple of these Toys That Made Us episodes or specials. I don't know if it's a show. I know there's different things. Okay, and this is just a few. This is a few of the products that he has acquired the rights of. RoboForce, 1984. Biker Mice from Mars. (1993). Sectors, 1995. The Great Garloo, 1961. Wild Wild West, 1992. Nope, I wasn't finished. Wild Wild West, COW, Boys of Moon Mesa, 1992. Power Lords, 1993. Big Lou, 1963. And Barnyard Commandos from 1989. Marvel Comics owned the rights to Sectors, making a few comics, but I guess now it's Nacel's turn to breathe life into his corpse. Okay, that's just another connection he has with Marvel Comics. Okay. He also directed this Marvel documentary. DC Comics sold the rights to Nacelle because why would anyone want it? DC sold the rights for Barnyard Commandos, I think.
It was Power Lords.
In June 2020, something called Cloudco with partner Megalopolis Toys would make new Barnyard Commandos figures, but then, guess what they did? They sold the rights to Nacelle. This year, 2025, is the current year right now, Hasbro and the Walt Disney Company was the previous owners of Biker Mice and Moon Mesa. So the Walt Disney Company owned these two things, and they sold the rights to Nacelle because they didn't want them anymore. They couldn't do anything with these properties. Nobody cares about Biker Mice. Nobody, no, they can't make money from biker mice. But guess what? Brian thinks he can make money from biker mice. And you know why? Hang on, give me a second. This is confusing. Okay, so let's just watch the show. Let's just watch the show. Let's just watch the show. Let's just watch RoboForce. Let's just watch RoboForce, okay? This confusing logo is an attempt at smushing all of these unrelated pre-existing properties together and feeding off of a mixture of your parents' nostalgia and MCU and DCU hype. They've released a few comics and toys of these properties, but the only one so far to get a show is RoboForce. The only one so far to get a show is RoboForce. And yet we're seeing this logo with all of these characters and redesigned, and they don't even look like how they originally looked slightly. And we're looking at it like, what is this? Who are these people? Why is this like epic music playing? And I'm just seeing like OCs on the screen. So okay, so that's the confusing, off-putting logo out of the way. It's all these properties he's bought, and he has plans to make products off them in the future, and he just has not yet. And he's, you know, he's putting it in your mind, he's selling this idea to you that this is something that is epic. This is something that's cool, something you want and something you recognize, like the MCU. It's kind of more like the, what would you call it, the Hanna-Barbera universe. Some people have said that the Hanna-Barbera attempt to put all their properties together in the shared universe is kind of cringe. As someone who likes cartoons, I genuinely enjoy whenever I watch Scooby-Doo and they cross over with other Hanna-Barbera properties.
I didn't know collecting toys was such hard work.
It's Space Ghost! It's fucking Space Ghost! Holy shit, it's fucking
Hey, Shaggy. Hey, Scooby. See, you like my Zorak mask. Special collectible, complete with automated voice box. I didn't. I hate bugs.
Hotel Foxtrot, launch pad 1, launch pad 2, launch pad 3. We have ignition.
I am smelling a missile. Nah, there's no way. Greetings, I
think it's fun. There was that episode of Mystery Incorporated where Scooby-Doo had that fever dream with like Captain Caveman in it and shit, and the fucking Scoob movie and stuff. Blue Falcon is like another property. It's like, I like it. And then whenever that starts to get into like DC territory, because it's all Warner Brothers, not Warner Brothers, the other thing. Hanna-Barbera, Warner Brothers, Turner Incorporated. It all goes all the way to the top. I like recognizing stuff like that in Hanna-Barbera because those are properties that exist and have existed, and it's kind of niche. All of that stuff is kind of niche. This stuff, the Nacelle company, the Nacelle verse, this stuff just doesn't exist.
In the year 2089, things are very different. With the abundant resources of the moon providing
What the rock?
Dwayne Johnson. The Rock? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?
A bush? 2 tits in a bush, but no dick?
Yes. An executive producer, okay. He's titled as an executive producer, and that's mostly finance orientated. So I assume that like perhaps The Rock just put some money towards it, or his lawyer signed something on his behalf just to put his name on there, and he like doesn't really know about it. Dwayne Johnson is just the CEO of 7 Bucks Productions. But this other guy, Hiram Garcia, actually oversees the projects. The Rock has nothing to do with any of this. He doesn't oversee the projects. He just founded the company. He's doing all this shit. Hiram Garcia made the decision to fund this project, and that's what they wanted. They wanted 7 Bucks Productions involved so that they could fully put Dwayne Johnson's name on this project. Either way, his name is being used for recognizability and interest. You don't know what this thing is. Okay, maybe you watched the RoboForce cartoon and had the toys in the 80s. Maybe you didn't. But even if you had watched it The current show looks nothing like how it used to. It's a complete redesign of all the characters. So the only thing you have to go off is the name. And I feel like the 80s was a long time ago. Would you even recognize the name RoboForce?
We now return with RoboForce.
If it didn't also look like you would see RoboForce and be like, that's kind of familiar, but I don't recognize what I'm looking at. So it must be something else. I feel like they're just making bad decisions. But guess what else? Guess what else? They're doing the same thing for the next cartoon, which doesn't even exist yet. Biker Mice from Mars. Because they're trying to get, or it might be confirmed, I hope he drops out. Using Ryan Reynolds.
Maximum effort.
Because they got his production company involved. They got Ryan Reynolds' production company involved in Biker Mice from Mars. Now they can put Ryan Reynolds as an executive producer. In the title, in the credits, in the description, in the first thing you see is Ryan Reynolds' name, and you see this weird cartoon. Look at this image! Look at this image. Leaving the MCU. They're not leaving the... He's not... Ryan Reynolds isn't leaving the MCU. He's fully Deadpool. We're so happy to be leaving the MCU and joining this other cinematic universe. Because the MCU is dead. Long live Nacelverse. That's really where it's at. I left the MCU because it sucks. I like the Nacelverse. I keep trying to say Narcel. Narcel is such a more natural word. What the hell is Nacel? I'm sorry if that's like your name. What's Fubo TV? Apparently Biker Mice is going straight to Fubo TV. RoboForce is on Tubi. And Biker Mice is on Fubo. But does any of this matter? Okay, does any of this matter? Does any of this soulless cash grab? So is the cash grab cartoon good? I wrote down my live reaction while watching it, and this was before I did all of this research, okay? So it's off the cuff, it's honest. RoboForce. She's making noises back there, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna stop. Just to like wait till she's silent. I need to say all this. Nacelverse question mark? Off-putting. I wrote Nacelverse off-putting. Off-putting logo.
It's off-putting.
You should be off-putting. Because you're fat.
I'm scared. I wanted to turn it off immediately. Dwayne Johnson.
What the rock?
Dwayne Johnson. The Rock? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?
You have a bush? 2 tits and a bush, but no dick?
Yes. Black Adam? Okay, I wrote, I was genuinely giggling when the robots got introduced. So cute.
RoboForce. There's Coptor.
Aerial assault imminent!
With advanced optics, keeping an eye on things. And the brute force of RoboForce is Wrecker. The reaction 100 will instigate when necessary.
It's time to instigate.
Keep everything else is Sentinel.
You'll be safe now.
Soda is the brains of the operation, fusing all the great into running like a well-oiled machine. It's Tiltor.
Just like
And there's Blazer. She fights fire and emits fire.
Are the robots cute? Yes, they're cute. I just can't help it. Robots with feelings are cute. I feel like no matter how you do it, it's cute. It's, you know... Look at the picture of Storm. Okay, no matter how you do talking robots where like they're all in a group and they all have different personalities and stuff, that's absolutely adorable. I'm really sorry. Especially with their little like robot voices and their little robot feelings and they're down on their luck. And oh, these poor guys. What's happening with my hair? It's fine. Keep going. Don't worry about it. I wrote, it's so weird. The editing is confusing. The voice acting is all over the place.
Do you have any comment on Silas Duke's first line of bots?
As in Silas Duke, the trillionaire sky billboard guy? What's he got to do with it?
Oh my god, Duke, he did it. He actually did it.
Did what? Figured what out?
His own version of RoboForce.
Why would he want to do that?
Am I too late? Is this the Silas Duke bot announcement?
It's across town.
Thanks. Oh, you must be those obsolete bots. Good luck.
Obsolete? What a jerk!
How can we be obsolete? We're brand new.
Yeah, Max is right. Wrong.
You could not watch this stoned and still understand it. That sentence doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. You could not watch this stoned and still understand it, and yet I understand what I meant when I wrote that, more than I understand the show that I was watching. And I'm just gonna say my main thing, why I want to talk about this, why I even was, okay, I watched it, and the only reason I researched it was because I was 100% certain, and I still am, that this show is written by AI.
About throwing your grease around, curmudgeon.
Can't blame him. Have you ever seen such a load?
Nope. And I work in the sewer.
Another round of grease?
Hit me.
At least you're not wasting your program and pouring grease for antiques all day.
Hey! He means us.
Sorry I graded you.
Sorry I was a failure.
Bottoms up!
Do your thing.
Okay, Mr. Blatz, I'll try. Robo-Rooter's work is never done.
Well, thank goodness you coded our Campbell notes to adapt. Except 100. What were you thinking there, dear creator?
I was in a bad mood that night.
Oh, why me?
Max, just relax and release your flexor joints, big guy.
I can get up. I just don't want to.
You don't?
What ones actually malfunction?
If it can be built, it can be broken.
Should we be worried?
If Tiltor's in danger, we better check it out.
Yeah, a Robo-Rooter, telemarketer, and traveling sales bot are exactly what Tiltor needs.
Max, pause the pity party for a second.
We don't even know where half of us are. We haven't seen Soda in years. Wrecker is literally working on the ocean floor, and the last time we saw Blazer, we almost got into a street fight with her.
Yeah, but if you were the one who called,
Tiltor would already be out the door. You're right. Okay, let's go check on him.
There's no way I'm gonna let... Hey, Soraya, what about,
No thanks.
how about 40 million? 50? A billion? A billion trillion?
How about you defrat boy yourself?
What? De-frat boy myself? Are you... Why don't you de-smart yourself? Thanks for the help, guys.
I think there might be humans voice acting, humans animating. I don't really know the process behind what I'm looking at and hearing. However, the words they are saying and the way it is said was 100% written by like ChatGPT. I don't think they even bought like special subscription to professional AI, whatever it's called. I think they literally just went to ChatGPT, used that free subscription thing, the free trial, the limit, and asked it write a script. I think they got some prompt writers in there. I think the people who were credited as writers maybe just had like a vague idea and then put prompts into AI, and that's what they got. So much happens in the first 5 minutes of the episode. Max introduces himself and says this, and the setting the story takes place in. We find out his creator is a child genius who revolutionized something to do with their robot brain technology, and she has since grown up and created more robots. Max is part of a brand new line of bots that his creator, Psoriasis, is unveiling at a con. We then find out that there is an evil billionaire tech inventor who also unveiled a new line of bots 1 millisecond before they went on stage, making her line of robots, RoboForce, obsolete. This is in the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We also know that the tech inventor, his name is Silas. His name is Silas. Isn't Cyborg's father in DC called Silas? Or did I make that up? Anyway, Silas Duke's trillionaire. He's a trillionaire because it's the future, and that's like being a billionaire, but in the future after inflation. He's known as the Sky Billboard guy. And that's just the first 3 minutes, 50 seconds, okay? Including the intro, including the reviewed logo, and including the theme song. Right after the exposition heavy intro, we skip to 15 years later. We find these other robots have become the robot. Doing everything, okay?
Aegis has freed humanity to enjoy the things in life that really matter, while our 101s handle everything else.
No sharks.
Perfectly.
Max is a sad robot at rock bottom.
me.
Max, just relax and release your flexor joints, big guy.
I can get up. I just don't want to. Listen, Soraya, I've been thinking about this for a while.
What's that?
Can you erase my memory files?
What? Max, that's ridiculous. No, that's what makes you, you.
Just delete the hero stuff. You know, the memories of what we were supposed to become. Maybe unclogging toilets and opening up sewer lines wouldn't be so bad. If I didn't know what I was meant to be.
Max, listen. Every day I pay the bills by scrapping the reactors of the very product that put me out of business. Am I happy about it? No. Have I learned to live with it? Yes. Why? Because tomorrow could be a better day.
I'm a relatively okay bot. I just think I'd be better off with a clean slate.
Max, I don't want to change one micron of who you are.
Just tell me you'll consider it.
Soraya, it's Diltor. I'm on the roof of SkySat Tower 1 and there's a malfunctioning 101 here. Something's really not right and I'm not sure what I should do.
Malfunctioning 101? I didn't think that was possible.
All these robots that have become obsolete, created by psoriasis, are now working at a restaurant. They're working at a bar, a pub. But not for long because the plot moves very, very quickly, because that's what AI does. If you've ever put like a prompt in the ChatGPT and asked it to write something, which I have in the past, and it can never give me anything better than I could just write myself, it's really frustrating process, and you just have to like use better prompts. I'd be using my full brain power putting prompts into this thing when I could just use my full brain power just to write what I want instead of asking a robot to do it. Anyway, because I've done this in the past, I know how it writes. I know that it's like, so this thing has to happen, then this thing has to happen, then this thing has to happen, then this thing has to happen, because guess what? It's soulless and there's no emotion, and every emotion shown. It's like best hits of the past. We're just seeing things that we've seen in every cartoon before. Cliche after cliche after cliche, because AI steals. So you're only getting stuff you've seen before. Which in a way makes it very entertaining and comforting to look at and watch and see what happens, because you recognize everything you're seeing. This has happened before. This has happened in every 80s cartoon and every 2000s cartoon. They're doing Marvel clips at each other. It's very safe. Max is a sad robot at rock bottom, and I eat that shit up.
Aww.
I eat that shit up. He's on the floor. He's crying. He's like, kill me. Put me down. I don't care anymore. I don't want to live anymore. And I'm like, yes. I love that shit. I don't even care anymore. Just kill me. There's something super charming about this show. Like, it was written by AI. I gonna keep saying that. In my opinion, it was written by AI. In my opinion, this show was written by robots. One robot. Even the intro is like derivative. All their hard work, they couldn't turn the page. Pokemon, fuck! Was it? Is it? Who is it? Is it? It's very off-putting.
You should be off-putting.
It's very exhausting to watch. I couldn't get past the third episode. I was exhausted. I couldn't think anymore. Because it was written by AI and it moves so fast. It's like, we've done this thing, now we have to do this thing, now we have to do this thing. I'm feeling this emotion. Oh, you said that one word, now I'm feeling this other emotion. Let's go do this thing. I'm motivated to do this thing. Oh, but now I'm motivated to do this other thing, because actually I realized that the other thing is the best thing to do, and that's called story. And that's called an emotional journey in 5 minutes, because that's what the AI does. It doesn't understand good pacing. And the people making the show don't either. And it gives you a headache. Is it a good show? I don't think I can answer that question. I hope they don't make any more of these cartoons. I hope... Okay, listen, if they're going to make biker mice from Mars, which is based on a comic book, it's based on the cartoon from the 80s, but they have a current comic book run of these characters, and it looks cool. It looks good. I don't know. I hope it's not AI art. Okay, this all just feels so soulless or doing anything they can to squeeze money out of you. They're not even trying. It's just money. They're not even trying. Anyway, Biker Mice from Mars, if they make it, I hope it's hand-drawn. I hope it's hand-drawn, and I hope they use plots from like the 80s cartoon. I've never seen it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not interested in Biker Mice from Mars. I know I'm reviewing a bunch of obscure cartoons right now, yet one of these obscure cartoons is RoboForce, because I feel like it is obscure. I feel like no one's seen it and no one's talking about it, and I had to do my own little deep dive into it because I feel like this is really important to talk about and to be aware of. And I know I'm talking really fast right now, but that's because I'm just really, really tired, and my brain, like, I got overtired and my brain, like, bypassed the tiredness and turned it into energy. So I'm rolling down a hill. I'm just rolling down the hill, and I'm talking about RoboForce because I've been thinking about it for fucking like 4 days straight. Like, how am I going to format this video? How am I going to do this video? Because there's so many things to talk about, and I really think I did the right thing of just like sitting down and rambling through my notes really, really quickly. Yeah, that's all I needed to do. I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Is this light too bright? Like, that's a good light, in my opinion. But someone commented that they like it at this brightness. But I'm thinking if it's at this brightness, that actually does look good. Maybe you're kind of right. But I'm thinking if it's at this brightness, why not just go all the way up? But then it's like my skin looks kind of green. Because I'm kind of like too pale. Pokemon, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Okay, I'm done. Please watch RoboForce, and please tell me your opinions about it. And am I right? Is it AI generated? I really need other people to back me up on this. It has to be AI generated. No human wrote that. No sane human who was sober wrote that. Any of it. The animation wavers between being really high quality and really low quality. The voice acting is really fast and unemotional and a second thought. I don't know what direction they're giving. I don't know what direction they're giving these actors, because I don't think they have a direction. I think they just give them the script, the AI written script, in my opinion, and they're saying just do what you want with it. Make it sound as believable as possible. Make it sound as believable as possible. I don't know anyone who's in the cast for this. I don't know anyone who's voice acting. I don't know the animation company. I don't know where it's being animated. There's like, it's all people and companies I haven't seen before. And it's on Tubi. Tubi, what the fuck? Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. RoboForce. I can't give it a rating. I was trying to think of a rating out of 10. I don't even usually do that, but I was really trying to force one out. RoboForce, I don't know. It's really odd, mysterious, confusing, unreal. I guess I would call it unreal in a bad way. Inhuman. It's kind of inhuman. But at the same time, I do feel for these cute robots. So, but it's still not working. I don't care about the show. I'm just constantly thinking about they killed off Tiltor! In the first episode, they killed off Tiltor, and I cared. I cared a lot, because I'm falling for the AI writing. Falling for the AI, like the tropes. You've seen these tropes before in every cartoon ever. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, I have seen these tropes before. And I'm loving it. I'm loving trope after trope after trope. I feel like I'm reading fan fiction. And you know, like, fan fiction usually like takes a bunch of tropes and from other media, and like all the most dramatic and sad stuff, and they just like shove it into one thing to make something beautiful, to make fan fiction. But this isn't. Is it fan fiction? If it's an older property, oh my god. But I don't want to compliment it by calling it fan fiction, Because it doesn't feel like it was written by humans. It doesn't sound like it was written by humans. RoboForce. I'm scared off it. It gives me bad vibe. It gives me scary vibes. It gives me scary vibes. I don't like it. That's all. That's all. Agree with me, please. Agree with me. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy because this has been like 4 days of going back to it, rewatching it. Am I crazy? This is definitely AI, and then remembering and like watching, reading things about how to spot AI writing, and it's all there. In my opinion, I mean, it's not something that could ever be proven or proven wrong. You can't prove me wrong. You can't prove me wrong, and you can't prove me right, okay? So.
Mother,